Hello and welcome to the first semi-final match of the March Madness tournament. The semi-final and final matches will be best out of 5 instead of 3. Today, Abzan Lifegain will be facing Izzet Burn. We will be playing out the Izzet side, while Yurtle will be on Abzan. In game 1 we keep a great opening hand as our opponent has to mulligan down to 6, plays a Selesnya Guildgate, we draw a second Young Pyromancer and play out an island. Opponent has a second Guildgate, so Saruli Gatekeepers will be active, and we just play out our Young Pyromancer. Opponent has a forest but no cultivate, so we go ahead and attack with our Young Pyromancer, since our opponent does not have any instant speed tricks, and play out the second Young Pyromancer, so we can start gaining full value out of every instant and sorcery we play. Opponent has an Angelic Accord on 4, which makes a 4/4 Angel token if he gains 4 or more life in one turn. We play out another land, attack with both Pyromancers, putting the opponent on 14 life, and pause a turn with Quicken plus Kranko's command available. Opponent plays a Lone Missionary, we quicken in response to maybe find a Skullcrack to prevent a life gain, but instead we just play the Kranko's command, which is a sorcery at instant speed thanks to the quicken, generating 1/1 elemental tokens with every instant and sorcery here. A shock takes out the Lone Missionary, opponent cultivates, gets the 4/4 Angel token because he gained 4 life, but we can just make our Young Pyromancers unblockable here, so we can attack with everyone. And the opponent's gonna block 1 token, but still take a lot of damage, dropping down to 7, and we still have a shock available. Opponent plays a second Angelic Accord plus a Lone Missionary to gain 4 life and to make 2 Angel tokens on his end step, but we can just go wide here with a shock pointed at our opponent's face, and making our Young Pyromancers unblockable once again, making even more elemental tokens. So an all-out attack here will be more than enough to take game 1. So Izzet Burn is up 1 game over Abzan Lifegain. In game 2 we have to mulligan a no-lander and a 1-lander, only to keep a 6-card hand without any actual creatures. Our opponent leads with a Golgari Guildgate, we top deck a Young Pyromancer, which is exactly what we needed here, and play it out. Our opponent has a forest, we can play the Kranko's command, generating an additional elemental token thanks to the Young Pyromancer, attack for 2 and put the opponent on 18 life. He is going to cycle a Sylvan Bounty to grab a Plains, plays out the Plains and has a Lone Missionary to gain 4 life and prevent the Young Pyromancer from attacking. We're gonna attack with our 1/1 tokens anyways, our opponent does not trade, and we play out a Kiln Fiend, which was another great top deck. Our opponent has a Graveborn Muse, which can draw some cards at the cost of 1 life. And we draw an Izzet Guildgate, which we can play out here, so we have double red and double blue. And we're deciding whether to use our Vapor Snag on the Graveborn Muse or not. And we decide to attack with our tokens, and our opponent, respecting a shock, does not block with the Graveborn Muse. He drops down to 16 life and we're gonna pause the turn here. Our opponent plays a Saruli Gatekeepers with only 1 Guildgate in play, so just to make an additional blocker, we quicken in response but don't find anything relevant, and on our turn we can play out the Kranko's command, pumping the Kiln Fiend and the Young Pyromancer, and an Artful Dodge makes the Kiln Fiend unblockable, so we can attack with a 7-powered Kiln Fiend as well as our tokens, since they still can get in for 2 extra damage at the cost of 2 of them. Our opponent drops to 5 after the Graveborn Muse trigger, finds a second Guildgate and goes up to 12 life thanks to the second Saruli Gatekeepers, but on our turn we can make our Kiln Fiend unblockable with another Artful Dodge. A Vapor Snag will bounce a Saruli Gatekeepers, pumping the Kiln Fiend even further, and an all-out attack here followed by a shock to our opponent's face to pump the Kiln Fiend once again will be more than enough to take the second game. So Izzet Burn is up 2 games to 0 over Abzan Lifegain. The third game starts off with a great opening hand with a Young Pyromancer in it. Our opponent leads with a Guildgate, we play an island and pause the turn. A second Guildgate means Saruli Gatekeepers will be active as we play out our Young Pyromancer. Opponent misses his third land drop, so likely has a Cultivate stuck in his hand. As we attack for 2, put the opponent down to 18 life, and he misses another land drop here. As we think twice to draw a card and make an elemental token, opponent has to discard 2 hand size and discards a Sanguine Bond. We attack for 3, put the opponent down to 15 and pass with think twice up. This is finally the Cultivate, and their opponent can start fixing his mana as we flashback a think twice to draw a card and make another elemental token. We finally hit our second blue source, so we can play out a Talrand's Sky Summoner with a shock available. We attack for 4, put the opponent down to 11 life, and a Cerulean Gatekeepers will put him back to 18, as we shock end of turn to make a Drake token and an elemental token, and put the opponent down to 16. Vapor Snag will put the Cerulean Gatekeeper back in our opponent's hand, and we can attack with everyone, putting him at 6 life with a Skullcrack in hand to prevent any life gain. This is a Vizkopa Guildmage, which will not be good enough, as we can simply Skullcrack, shock, and Vapor Snag the Vizkopa Guildmage to finish off the opponent. So Izzet Burn will take the game and the match, and will advance to the finals, where it will be facing the winner of Mono White Exalted Auras versus a Jund Midrange. I wanna thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a nice day.